everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge at Karanbi Realty, and here with another Ask Doug. And if you like these Ask Dougs, please subscribe and like, and love to see you each week. So today I got a message from someone about building without a permit and wants to sell his home now that he has been at for 40, 50 years or so, I think. And he built a basement and with a bathroom, I believe. So there's electrical and there's plumbing, maybe even structural that the normal building department would probably want to know about. And it's already built and built about 20 years ago, as far as I can tell. And then he built another structure on the property, a garage with another basement, and was all permitted, except he never got the final green light, never got the final okay and closed permit. So that's still open permit. Okay, so what do you do about that? He's getting ready to sell the property and wants to sell, but has this hanging over his head, and he's concerned that they might want him to rip out all the walls so that they can see the studs and see the plumbing and electrical in there, and who knows what else they might do, and penalties and back taxes and those sorts of things that could happen with that. So those are the concerns. I would, well, let me go further. There's other issues too, other than just getting the permit from the seller point of view. But from a buyer point of view, if you're selling the house and the seller doesn't cure this and doesn't get permits, after the fact permits, then they might have to open the drywall. They might have to upgrade the electric to today's code, not 20 years ago codes. There may be penalties, back taxes, interest. There may be other retrofits that are needed. Remember, there's electric and plumbing. If you were to sell it as is and the buyer would take that, there still might be an appraisal issue because the square footage usually is not considered in the appraisal by the appraiser for unpermitted square footage. So if you have two basements and a garage, they're not calculated in the square footage. So the appraisal may be lower than hoped for. And remember, the buyer is probably going to put 10, 20% down. And if the appraisal comes in lower and they still want to buy the house, either the price has to be adjusted down to meet that criteria, or the buyer has to pony up more cash money for the down payment to make up the difference from what the appraisal is. Remember, the bank is not going to go on sale price if they have an appraisal for less. They're going to use the appraised price to lend the money. So those are buyer issues and seller issues for not doing permits. Okay, so solutions. Well, you want to hunt for an architect, a draftsman, a designer. Those are all people that do blueprints. Find one that does as-built permits, who's familiar with this and does this for other people and has done many of them and knows the ropes and knows the people down at the permit department and can schmooze his way through this. For an as-built permit or after the fact permitting, yes, there still will be an inspection, but you want to use someone that's familiar with the permitting process that can do the appropriate people and appropriate pathways, appropriate blueprints. so that this isn't something that's shocking and that they want to rip your house apart. So someone who knows the ropes. Now remember, every community is different, so I can't speak for this property. I don't even know where it is, but if it's not in Honolulu, I'm sure it could be very different in different communities across the country. As far as the garage and basement that was permitted but not finalized, that should be a shoe-in. That really should just be called to the building department. Hey, I just found out that that you guys never closed my permit. Can you please do it? And this was done 20 years ago and it's been open ever since. And I didn't know anything about this and just find out now that it seems to still be open. Can you please do whatever you need to do to close it? Now, there shouldn't be any retrofitting or anything because the permit's based on a 20-year-old basis, and you shouldn't have to retrofit anything. Again, that might be different communities, but I doubt that. It should be just a clerical function of your particular building department. You can sell anything to anyone, whether it's got permit issues or not, but your pool of buyers will be smaller. You probably would need to sell to a buyer that's experienced, maybe has built a house or two, maybe has done some remodels or two, as opposed to a first-time buyer or maybe a family that they just don't want to get into anything. And for the right price. If you want to get the highest price, you need to do everything to make that house perfect. Painting and cleaning and yard, you want to do everything so there's nothing to fix. That's how to get a premium for your property, including building permits and everything's in order. And it's good that you're doing this now and you haven't sold it and you're in escrow and trying to panic and get everything cleaned up. Won't work. Do this ahead of time before you even put it on the market, because who knows how long it will take in your community to get that permit done and the inspections and the paperwork and all that. Okay, so I hope that's helpful to you. Good luck with it. And again, if you like my YouTube here, please subscribe or like. And if you have questions like this, love to hear from you. And if you have any real estate needs, buying, selling, or property management, let me know. All right, until next week, thanks so much.